I'm Wait, TEMPHUiBIS here. Damn. It's been a long time since I'm doing a video. I remember the times I used to do a video at least once every 2 days. Where's that gone now? Shit. If you guys remember, in my last Q&A, LiniserProductions asked what's my 10 most favourite childhood memories, and I have those written down now, and you know, I haven't got them like in a top 10 feature. These are just ones at random, right? But definitely got a lot to say here. These are childhood memories. People are gonna think, "Rah, that's a childhood memory," but it was things I did when I was a child. The first thing I got to say, which is clearly a childhood memory for me, is playing Tekken 2. If people remember from my video, Tekken Changed Me, you'd know, that that was a game that made me the nice guy I am today. Is one of the things that definitely helped make me make me a nice guy that I am today. You know, playing it is what showed me what it's a game that showed me what gaming is all about. It's showed me how to win and lose at games and how to progress at games. It's definitely a game that showed me the light. That's why Tekken is just one of my favorite. It's just clearly a favorite franchise for life. It really is, you know. Now the second childhood memory I have to say is my first ever time playing 4 players on a console, and that game was Nintendo World Cup on the NES. My brother bought his friend and his brother over to the house one day, and his brother turned out to be my friend later on. So you might as well just say my brother and brought his friend and my friend over. Yeah, must put it that way. And we were playing Nintendo World Cup. Now, out of everyone in the room, I was the best at Nintendo World Cup. I knew how to play everything. I was the best, right? But because I was so rubbish, damn it, what the hell's my dad laughing at? When I was playing. When I was playing here with my friend, right? It was me and my friend versus my brother and his friend, and we didn't do good as pairs. We were rubbish. We were rubbish at teamwork. Despite me being fantastic at the game, I wasn't good at doing it. 2-player on 2-player. So that's how rubbish we was, and we lost. And then we played me and my brother's friend versus my brother and my friend, and I was just taking it all from there, right? Yeah. My brother's friend, he was just allowing me to just take the ball and everything, and we just won by just a clear mile, just mashed it up, really. But that was my first day ever playing a full 4-player game. There's so many games I have here that's 4 players today. So many games I have that's 8 players today. Never ever played them as 8 players. It would be so nice if you could, but having my first 4-player game is legendary enough, so I'm definitely gonna have to leave it there. And another good memory I have is playing most of the Mega Drive games, because I used to go around a friend's house. One time I went around his house here, but this was before I had a Mega Drive, and he had Golden Axe, Streets of Rage, Altered Storm, Alien Storm? Was it Alien Storm? Yeah, I think it was Alien Storm, right? And all of these co-op games, man. We were playing FIFA as well. We were just loving all these co-op games, and we were just it was just so wicked, man. We just loved, that's when it got me into co-op games the most. The fact that you could just work together with your friend, kick some ass on the streets, do this and do that. It was just wicked. We just enjoyed it so much. I never had so much fun, really, man, just doing a co-op. Mega Drive games is what showed me what co-op was all about, really. Even though there is co-op games for the NES, I never had the ones then, you know what I mean? But I enjoyed it so much. So, see, as you can see, man, video games mean a lot in the memories, boy. And next memory I have to talk about, yeah, was watching Watership Down as a kid. You know, I used to just love watching Watership Down back then, and I still love it watching it today. It's still just one of my all-time favourite movies, because I've never watched a film again and again and again and again and again in such a small week, and just watch it so many times. You know, the calmness of it, the evilness of it, you know, the naturistic area of it, just a beautiful thing. It just gives in so much ways, man. You know, it's definitely something there. And another thing I have to say for a childhood memory was one day going to my, well, that's my next, was going to my friend Steve Fernandez's house. We did so much in that one day, it was unreal. I must have went there around there about 10 o'clock in the morning and came home 10 o'clock at night. And keep in mind, I was only 13 at this time, right? Yeah, so I was actually in trouble with my mum when I got back, but I enjoyed. I mean, and the reason why I was in trouble, yeah, is because my friend Stephen, he doesn't live not really close to here. I mean, it's quite a long bus ride from here. If you guys live in Stratford, and you may know where East Ham is, right? Yeah, he lives in the East Ham area, kind of down from the station, and it's a bit of a long drive. Well, for a 13-year-old anyway. So for me to stay out that late, that was annoying to my mum. But what we did in the day, man, played so many good games for the Mega Drive and for the PS1, and then he has a snooker table in his house. His back garden's big enough. We played football in there. You know, he's got a dartboard, and we were playing darts there. I brought my darts around there. We were playing darts, and Phil Taylor was playing on TV at the time, right? Yeah, and that was my first ever time watching Phil Taylor play darts. And Phil Taylor is one of my favourite celebrities today. You know what I mean, right? Yeah. And one thing I like to do is play darts with him one day in life. That would be so wicked. And it's like, raw, man. That was the first time I saw him play. So much happened in that one day. It was unreal. Playing darts with both Stephen, his little brother, and his dad. You know, it was just a fun time. Think to yourself, man, why ain't my family like this? But well, not everyone's like that, man. And we were watching films. We were watching Rocky, and Steve was just one of the people, yeah, who we're just into so much things, yeah, and we just like so much games. We like so much sports, indoor sports, that is, right? And we, just hanging around there for that long day at the time when I was only 13, it was just memorable. Everything was just memorable. And another good memory I got to say is the two films that met my expectations. Watching those were just always legendary. Like one, Street Fighter, the animated movie. Got the whole collection right here, but this is the one I'm talking about. The animated movie, man. It's just bloody legend. When I was first planning to watch it, when I heard it was coming out, what I expected to see, I put my hopes up to a complete 100%, and it matched it completely. There's a video about that before as well, when I talked about that. And of course another one that met my expectations. I was such a big Transformers fan when I was young, so here's the movie, and I mean the movie, not the 2007 thing, the movie. That's what I call Transformers movie. I must have watched those tapes again and again and again and again. That I mashed up the tapes, so I needed to get the DVDs. I can't let these childhood memories away. I'm glad I've got them. You know what? I'm gonna watch them both. I mean, not at the same time, but after I finish this video. All right. And another one of my childhood memories was getting my own personal first console, which wasn't actually a console, it was the handheld. It was the Game Boy. You know, my brother had an Atari, so I always used to play the Atari. I used to love it. I used to call the Atari mine, but technically it was my brother's. You know, now it's mine because, you know, he don't need it no more, and I just use the Atari to make music with. The NES is the same thing. He bought the NES, so it was his. But the Game Boy, my mum bought for me, so it was my present. So it was my first console, mine, only mine. And guess what? I enjoyed it. I remembered. It was so random, right? Yeah. I mean, I was upstairs with my brother in the room, and his friend just came over and had a bag in his hand. He gives it to my brother. My brother gives it to me. I never would have thought, yeah, that my mum basically just gave my brother's friend something to give to me, right? Yeah. So I opened it and it was a Game Boy, and I was like, "It's for me? It's for me?" I was like, "Fuck." Man, when I was a kid, man, I went mad. My God. And another memory that I got to say, I think this was about my 10th birthday. You know, my mum bought me my first ever pizza from Pizza Hut. Something that was for me, only for me as well. You know, it was a complete meat feast. They held the pepperoni though, but it was a complete meat feast. I don't even know what was on it. Was it chicken, beef, ham, everything all on one? I just do not know what it was. But it was my first ever pizza, all for me. I might get pizza after this video as well, you know that. Yeah, yeah. So that was a lovely memory, man. And I just enjoyed that pizza. And my ninth childhood memory now, I gotta say, yeah, it's definitely watching all the old time kung fu films with my dad, because my dad got me into all these old time kung fu films, proper old school ones, and it's one of the things that just gives me that sort of mind for fighting things, like animations, that ideas that I have in my head. Yeah, you know, all fighting characters. It's one of the things that brought me into beat 'em up games so much. I'm always entertained by things that's got fighting in it. That's what I mean. That's why I love bare hand fighters much. That's why Super Street Fighter 4 I'm very happy about. Addon's going to be in there. Addon's one of my favourite characters ever. He doesn't throw no projectiles. He's just pure hard fighting. That's what I like. You know. That's why I like Hajime no Po and Grappler Baki more than I like Dragon Ball Z. People have been asking, how can you like these animes more than Dragon Ball Z? It's all there, man. It's just all there. It's just all, it all comes from the memories. Everything you do in life, yeah, it all comes from your memories. You know, you wait till you're 25 years old and everything, you'll see what I mean. And my last one I've got to say, this is what started the music. This is what first started the link for what I was about to do to make the music that I make today. Yeah, this memory was watching my brother play the Commodore 64. You know, when he turned that Commodore 64 on, I was never allowed to play because I was way too young. We're talking about 2, 3 and 4. I was those years. I was young. I know some 2, 3, 4-year-olds today are allowed to play games and stuff, and they play their games, but when I was that age I wasn't allowed to play, but I was allowed to watch my brother playing. You know, watching him play those games and watching them and listening to the music, it was lovely. I used to watch him play Ya Kung Fu, and I used to love everything about it. And the music always moved me. You know, as much as watching him play, you know, you look at the gameplay, music always moved me. And then that music inspired me so much that was the music I wanted to make. And now I mix the music with so many things. So I've got the Commodore here, which is now the TEMPHUiBIS. Man, the memories just so funny. I just even remember the time here when I was supposed to be going to bed. It was late at night, but my brother was playing the console downstairs. My mum actually let me stay up later and made me go downstairs to watch him. You know, fucking man, these are what you call memories, man. You know, it means so much to you in your life. So I've got to say thanks to LiniserProductions, yeah, for asking me that. You know, because I really enjoyed doing this video. You know, so my next video, guys, is going to be another mashup. It's going to, if people like the first mashup I did, I hope they did. there's going to be another one coming now. Yeah. I'm not going to say which one this one is, but when it comes, yeah, hopefully people will like that mashup as well. It's quite random, very random, so be warned. So that's all I've got to say, yeah, guys. Yeah, thanks very much. I'll see you all later. Love who you are.